Once upon a time, in the peaceful land of ancient India, there was a wise Buddhist monk who lived in a serene monastery. This monk often shared profound lessons with his disciples, helping them navigate the challenges of life with clarity and wisdom. One sunny morning, while the monk was sitting under a large tree, a troubled man approached him. The man's face was etched with worry and sadness. He asked, "Wise monk, why do I suffer? Why do people experience so much pain and sorrow?" The monk looked at the man with compassion and replied, "Pain is an inevitable part of life, but suffering is something we can choose to avoid. Let me explain this with a story." The monk began his tale. There once was a man who was suddenly shot with an arrow. The sharp pain from the arrow was immediate and intense. This pain was unavoidable, much like the hardships we all face in life, such as illness, loss, and aging. Instead of seeking help to remove the arrow, the man became consumed with fear and worry. He thought to himself, "What if the arrow is poisoned? What if I die? What will happen to my family? What will happen to my possessions?" His mind created a whirlwind of anxious thoughts, making his suffering even worse. In this way, the man's experience was like being struck by two arrows. The first arrow was the physical pain he felt from the wound. The second arrow was the suffering he created in his mind through his worries and fears. The first arrow represents the inevitable pains of life. Everyone will face challenges, disappointments, and hardships. These are things we cannot always control. However, the second arrow represents the suffering we add to our pain through our thoughts and emotions. This is something we can control. The monk continued, "By cultivating mindfulness and wisdom, we can learn to face our experiences as they truly are, without adding unnecessary layers of interpretation and emotion. We can learn to be present with our pain without resisting it or running away from it. This allows us to reduce the suffering we experience and find a greater sense of peace and happiness." The story of the two arrows teaches us an important lesson. While we cannot always control what happens to us, we have the power to choose how we respond. By being mindful and wise, we can accept our experiences and reduce our suffering, leading to a more peaceful and happy life. The man listened carefully to the monk's story, and a sense of understanding washed over him. He realized that while he couldn't avoid every hardship in life, he could change how he responded to them, reducing his suffering and finding more peace.